What is going on, YouTube? We are back. This is video number 2 for the day, NAR episode number 12. I know you guys won't see that reflected in the uploads and stuff because it's going to upload later. So it's going to look like I haven't been doing anything for a while. Anyways, guys, this is a zero hedge article. I'll be real with you. We're going to do some math. We're going to try and figure out the mathematics behind this in Arizona. And I know the schools aren't the best in Arizona, but they're certainly not the worst. Just, yeah. Keep that in mind when we start talking about math and cost of what they're talking about and area that's going to be covered, and we'll get into all that. So this is an article by Tyler Durden off of Zero Hedge. This is Arizona has had enough. Start stacking shipping containers in border wall gaps. Arizona Governor Doug Ducey has ordered 60 double-stacked shipping containers to be placed in border fence gaps near Yuma, the state's busiest illegal border crossing area. Okay, so ordered 60 of them, guys. Keep that number in mind. 60 double-stacked shipping containers. Now, these shipping containers, they've been pretty popular lately. People are like, building underground bunkers and all sorts of stuff with them. There's some people that are like straight up hoarders that just have these things like at their house. And no, I'm not like bagging on hoarders, guys. Like doing all this prepping stuff, I feel like a hoarder at like all times. Like my place is just, yeah. So anyways, we're not going to get into the hoarding thing. That was just an example. Here is a shipping container, okay, that they're showing in this picture right here. Okay, so this shipping container, it used to go for about $1,500 to $2,500. I know that since they've been more popular and more people are using them for things, they've gone up in price, if not doubled more, whatever the story is. But anyways, they're relatively cheap. They're a couple $1,000s. I mean, and that was pre-inflation, so okay, fine, maybe like 10,000 at the most. So what's 10,000? Let's do that. Let's just say that it's $10,000, guys. So $10,000. Okay, and then we're gonna times it by 60 double stacked. So that means it's 120, right? So if you're double stacking, that's gonna be another one. So let's just say 20 grand right there. Okay, for each stackable unit, and there's 60 of them. So we're going to do 10,000. So that's the price, $10,000. And we're going to go times, what did we come up with? 120 is 60 times 2. So 120. And then we've got, what is that? Just kidding. I don't expect you to like respond. I can't hear you. We're not big like that. We're not live. That's 1.2 million. Okay. $1.2 million right there in supplies for these guys. So we'll go ahead and clear that out. Save that for later. Moving on with the episode. So he's ordered 60 double stacks. It's 120 of them. It's 1.2 million. And that's, like an inflated huge price, $10,000, whatever. The containers will be reinforced with concertina wire at the top, according to the governor, who issued an executive order for the work to begin on August 12th. Arizona has had enough, Ducey, a Republican, said in a news release. We can't wait any longer. The Biden administration's lack of urgency on border security is a dereliction of duty. For the last 2 years, Arizona has made every attempt to work with Washington to address the crisis on our border. Contractors started placing the shipping containers on August 12th and expect to complete the 1,000-foot gap. 1,000-foot gap. We need to do some other math because, like, 1,000 feet, that's not far. Feels like 1,000 miles. But look, guys, I mean, that is literally 1,000-foot gap. Okay, so how many shipping containers can you line up to make up 1,000 feet? Is it really going to take 60 of them? I don't know. How short are these shipping containers? Are we doing our math here, guys? Is this making sense to anybody? Is it just me? Am I tired or something? Is this not like making sense? Okay, so we got The total cost in like the shipping containers is 1.2 million if we're giving them the price of $10,000 per shipping container, right? 120 of them, 1.2 million. We're good on that. So then we've got this math problem with the gap. We don't know how long these shipping containers are, and we're only trying to complete 1,000-foot gap, but we need, look at this, guys, a 1,000-foot gap, and we're just gonna like drop some shipping containers in it. If this thing will let me highlight that, but look, we're gonna drop some shipping containers in to fill a 1,000-foot gap. Some janky little, shipping containers, and this is gonna be okay. So it starts on August 12th, and then they're expected to complete it 2 days later, and it's gonna cost $6 million for the taxpayers in I almost said Australia, in Arizona. Might as well be Australia with the climate. So, anyways, it's expected to cost $6 million for this 2-day project to fill in a 1,000-foot gap in the border wall with janky little shipping containers. And they must be janky and they must be tiny, because look at 1,000-foot gap, and they're gonna order 60 of them. Well, actually, they're gonna put a 60. Okay. So let's go back to this, guys. So he's ordered 60 double stacked. I don't know if that actually means that. Oh my gosh, we could be totally wrong on this, guys. We could be doing our math completely wrong. It's ordered 60 double stacked shipping containers. So it's still 120, right? Are we not? Yeah, that's 120. So 60 of them. I don't know. Anyways, guys, we will get back to looking at this article and try to make more sense, see if it says anything else about these shipping containers, but it's kind of looking a little weird. $6 million. The stacked shipping containers will reach about 22 feet high and will be linked together and welded shut, Ducey said. Well, good. At least as long as they're welded shut. The existing border wall constructed during the Trump era is 30 feet high, so it's 8 feet lower than the other part of the fence, and it's janky little shipping containers that are going to cost the Arizona taxpayer $6 million. Border Patrol agents in the Yuma sector have experienced the largest spike in apprehensions along the southern border since President Joe Biden took office. During the fiscal year 2022, minus 3 months still to be reported, border agents have arrested more than 162,700 illegal crossers, according to Customs and Border Protection data. And that's not even, that's such a lowball number, guys. 162,000 arrested. What about all the getaways? They have an actual term for it. It's called getaways, where they know about them crossing the border, but they're not able to apprehend them for whatever reason, and they, hence, get away. It says in fiscal 2021, the total was more than 184,500, while in fiscal 2020, border agents apprehended just over 8,700 illegal crossers. So there you go. 2020, Trump's in office. We got 8,700 apprehended. Biden comes into office, 2021. That number goes from 8,700 to 184,000. So it goes up by 180,000 basically in 1 year with Biden. And then already this year, with 3 months left to go, their official number, excuse me guys, is 162,700. So we're well on track to meet that number or exceed it. It says Yuma Mayor Doug Nichols declared an emergency in his city on December 9th, 2021 due to an overwhelming influx of illegal aliens. During that influx, the local 911 dispatch center was tied up for hours with calls from illegal aliens asking for transport, food, and clothing. So they just show up in these areas, guys, and call 911 and just be like, hey, we need a ride somewhere. We need some food, some clothing. Just give it all to me. Like, why can't us citizens just demand the same? Like, what would happen if one of us called 911 guys and we're like, hey, can you give me a ride somewhere? Because I need to, like, be somewhere. Like, I'm not digging this area. Can you just, like, give me a free ride somewhere? Oh, don't mind that, never mind that I'm using the 911 emergency system to ask for this. Um, but they're asking for, transport, food, clothing. Um, Citizens, I guess we're just, we're not that important. Nichols said Yuma, which has nearly 100,000 residents, doesn't have the resources to handle the thousands of people now crossing. And that's true, guys. There's so many of these like little tiny border communities. They they have no like there's no resources there. There's a reason why there's not many people living there. There's no jobs there. There's no, huge infrastructure to handle this. These are not like big cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, uh, any of these big town, cities like Chicago. They don't have that infrastructure. It's like the same county that I work in right now. If thousands of illegal immigrants showed up to the county that I work in and was demanding all these resources, they'd run out in, within hours probably. They just don't have that infrastructure. And that's where all these people are like showing up and demanding this stuff and using the 911 system to ask for it. It's ridiculous. The surge of migrants the federal government has allowed to trek over the border has the great potential to greatly impact and strain our community, Nichols said on August 12th in a press release. Washington must send a clear message that this is not the way to immigrate to our country. It's clearly not. And guys, I have no problem with immigrating to this country. I have no problem with it. You just do it legally. This is crap. This is absolutely insane. And I feel really bad for the people that live in these, actual border towns. Then it says, the same BS statement that Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Mayorkas is a friggin' joke, too. He's just as bad as that last video I did with Gascon in it. Absolute jokes, these people. And he's repeatedly said the border is closed, is what it says. Oh, yeah. Real closed, buddy. So it says border wall halted. And this is kind of where we're going to end this one, guys. I'll read a little bit into this. And then if you guys want to read more, the article will be right there for you to do so. It says Biden halted all border wall construction the day he took office on January 20, 2021. Remember, he said, it shall be the policy of my administration that no more American tax dollars be diverted to construct a border wall. But he's since gone back on that, apparently. So pretty much anything Biden says has been provably wrong, false, or he just goes back on his word. It's a bunch more of those broken promises. We're used to it from politicians. Shouldn't surprise us in the least that Biden's doing it. It says millions of dollars of unfinished border wall materials have lain in the deserts of Arizona since. So since Biden's taken office, they're sitting there paying, what is it now? It says a report by the Senate Republicans issued in July 2021 states that construction stoppage is costing taxpayers $3 million per day. It's ridiculous. It's insane. I don't even know how that's even possible. I'd love, like, maybe I should get a job as, like, being, like, a governor, not a governor, government auditor. We'll start at that, and then we'll shoot for governor. The senators who produced the report estimated that the administration has spent between $618 million and $708 million on contractors between January 20, 2021 and July 15th, 2021, and will ultimately spend up to 1.2 billion, like, the billions that they're sending to that other country with the yellow and blue on their flag. That's just going right into, our politicians' pockets after it heads over there. Allegedly, guys. We're not gonna get into that. They will ultimately spend up to 1.2 billion more to exit the border wall projects. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This is a whole scam. Yuma County Supervisor Jonathan Lines welcomed the shipping container wall. Of course he did. I mean, it's at least something. I agree with him there. National security starts with border security. Biden's border crisis deteriorates daily while the White House is silent, he said in a press release. Border communities like Yuma bear the burden of a broken border while narcotics poison our youth, human smuggling rises, and mass amounts of migrants wear on our nonprofits. There is so many things, guys, that this is affecting. Clearly, the human smuggling, the narcotics, and narcotics now is including a just ungodly amount of fentanyl coming over that border, which is killing people. It's killed people that I like and care about. Serious problem. That's one of the things that having a open border will do. You'll have more drugs. You'll have more dangerous drugs like that. And I don't think it's people that knowingly are doing this fentanyl. Like, I think it's people that are doing other drugs and the fentanyl is like mixed in with those drugs. So they don't even know that they're doing fentanyl, and then boom, they're dead. So it's affecting narcotics trafficking, human smuggling, of course, because it's easier to bring people across the border. Nobody's enforcing stuff. I'm sure there's been a lot of human smuggling with those groups that are, the getaways or whatever. And then, of course, like they were discussing earlier in the article, the amount of drain on the nonprofits and their resources for the county and stuff, it's ridiculous. So it's not sustainable, guys. There's got to be something done about this. It would have been nice to see that Remain in Mexico policy be put back in place and restored. We may get that sometime in the future. We may not. Time will tell. But anyways, guys, start a discussion on this. Get some conversation going on. Comment on this video, guys. Please hit the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It actually will get it out there and suggest it to more people, and we can grow the channel that way. So please hit the like button. Share it with anybody that you think might like these videos, friends, family, coworkers, whatever it is. And also subscribe to the channel. That's another way that we can help grow this channel. And then hopefully we can get to the point where we can do some live streams and stuff and, have more fun on this channel. Right now, you're just going to get like a, videotaped story. It's not like live chatting with me and getting to suggest like different things and comment and talk and stuff. So let's build this up. Let's get it going. And thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day.